Good morning, everyone. William Tiemann here. Hey, I'm glad everybody's here. And I had stated that I was going to be giving a little background on myself and how I got here. So, the funny thing is, I started out in the military. I had a great military career. Uh, I was oh Give me a second to catch my breath here. Had a great military career, bounced all over the world, never had a scratch, never had anything go wrong. It was a wonderful time. Got out of the military, went into the chemical industry, and stayed there for, oh God, what, 30, 35 years. One day, I woke up paralyzed. And this was 5 years ago. I literally woke up paralyzed, could not move, couldn't get out of bed, nothing. My wife asked, she says, "You want me to help you out of bed?" Sure. If you can help me, that's great. But no, nothing. Then all of a sudden, excruciating pain right in the base of my back. Didn't understand it. Didn't understand how. Didn't understand why. Called the ambulance. Ambulance came. They got scared. I remember my wife asking, "Do I have time to, put the dogs up and lock up the house?" They said, "You have plenty of time because we're not going anywhere till we stabilize your husband." Okay, what in the world does that mean? So they get me to the hospital. A team of doctors come in. Everybody's running around all over the place. Then I hear a doctor talking to my wife in the hall. I said, "Mrs. Tiemann, it's a good thing you got him here when you did. 45 minutes later, you would have been burying him, not visiting him." Somewhere along the line, I developed sepsis, attacked my bloodstream, and almost killed me. So that was 6 weeks of infusions in the hospital. All the tests and everything, I had to be put in a sling and lifted out of bed, lifted on the table, taken down. Legs were numb, arms were numb. The 6 weeks of infusions ended. They let me go home. Well, we set up a hospital bed down in our living room because I still couldn't walk. I was going up and down the steps. Couldn't go up and down the steps. So we set a hospital bed up in our living room. Another 6 weeks of infusions, 3 times a day. My wife did it, had a PICC line directly into my heart. We got that taken care of. she was a trooper with that. Flush to PICC line, do the infusion, flush to PICC line. She knows I hate bedpans. God, I hate those things. I despise those things. So she would help me out of the hospital bed into a wheelchair, wheel me into the bathroom, help me get on, the hopper, commode, whatever you want to call it. Do what I had to do. She'd help me back in a wheelchair, wheel me back, help me back into the hospital bed. This went on for another 6-7 weeks. Then they sent home health care therapists, because all the tests and everything showed no damage to the spine or anything like that. Therefore, it had to be the sepsis that paralyzed me. So they say, you're going to have to learn how to walk again, and we believe you can do it. Well, I'm not a quitter. I don't stop. I don't back down. I might back up, but I'm not backing down. So the physical therapists come in. They get me standing up on this thing that, well, it kind of looked like a walker, but it was a platform that no matter what I did, it wasn't falling over. It was to make sure that I stood up. It was to make sure that I was all right. And it was electronic. Weirdest thing I ever saw. So needless to say, they've got this thing strapped around my chest, attached to this thing. And it took little steps to make me walk again, teach me how to walk. So let's fast forward. That starts coming back. I get feeling back in my legs. My legs start working. Okay, great. I'm happy. So I move from that machine to a wheelchair. I can now get up out of bed, get in a wheelchair, move myself around, no problem. So then they start these exercises where I've got a physical therapist on either side of me and learning how to walk. Okay, so that graduates to a walker. Go from a walker to a cane. Then I was able to toss the cane away. Yay, I'm back to normal. Yahoo! Well, the Reaper says, not so fast, buckwheat. 90 days later, I go down again. Only this time, it's not sepsis. It's stage 4 organ cancer. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So now I've got 8, 10, 12 weeks I haven't worked. I get stage 4 organ cancer. Back in the hospital I go. Go through all these treatments and chemo and what they call pinpoint radiation. Instead of just blanketing your body, they got this, I guess, laser beam radiation where they can pinpoint it kind of like down to the tip of a pencil or whatever, the way they told me. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or a scientist. So we go through that. I go through a nice bodily scan and everything. Congratulations, you're cancer-free. Now, how in the hell you go from stage 4 cancer in your organs to being cancer-free? Okay, I'll take it. So I beat the Reaper twice now. So we're all good. Now we're ready to go back to work. So I get back to work, and of course, everybody's had one. Everybody's had a narcissistic manager. Knows more than everybody, smarter than everybody else. et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he tells me, because remember his family had cancer, that I need some recovery time before I can come back to work. I got clearance from the doctor. I'm ready to go back to work. He says no. Okay, fine. So you make the call to HR. Excuse me. HR tells you, well, he's the manager. You got to go by what he says. Wonderful. I figured I got 3 months. I'll drive over and, see some friends and stuff, which I did. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there one day. I lean back against a chair and jump up. I'm like, oh my God, there's a nail sticking out of the chair. Everybody's telling me I'm crazy. There's no nail sticking out of that chair. I leaned back again. I said, yeah, there is. So I changed to a different chair. Lean back. That one's got a nail too. Well, nothing there. My wife touches my back and I about come unglued. Just about jumped out of the skin. Okay, so call my, primary. And they're telling me, well, come on in. We're going to do an x-ray. They did an x-ray, nothing happens. Fantastic, no problem. They do this PSMA PET scan or whatever they call it. Now I've got stage 4 spinal cancer. They fly me to Philadelphia. I go through the surgery. Well, long story short, still can't work. So I'm sitting there in a hospital bed. Tell my wife to bring me a laptop, and I'm looking around. I got to make money. I'm now 6 months without making any money. I got to do something. So I flip through, nothing. Then I stumbled on, everybody's talking about AI. Okay, I'm curious. What's this AI stuff? Let's take a look. So we meaning me. I take a look at the AI. Everything's okay, great. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Then I realize there's veterans that don't have anything. Okay, fine. So I get in, I start hammering and learning and develop the AI Learning Center. From there, I develop and create a resume writer. Now, this resume writer is fully AI. The veteran types in his MOS, answers a few questions, hits translate, and it translates it all the way over to civilian language. Well, then, now they've got this resume writer that writes their resume for them from military to civilian, but they're still not familiar with the civilian world. So I decided if I can build a resume writer using AI, I can sure build an interview platform. So I built the interview platform. Now, what surprised me is the fact that I wanted it where I'm talking to the AI's talking to me. It's a conversation back and forth. Now, let's backstep. By this time, I've met Danny. I've talked with Danny. I've been working with Danny. We've been working on projects together. I'm upgrading my AI skills. He's walking with me. I'm teaching people. He's teaching me. It's going great. So I tell him what I want to do. I tell him I want to have this interaction with AI where I'm talking to it, it's talking to me. What's he tell me? It can't be done. No one's done it. Okay, fine. Day or two later, I say, hey, Danny, guess what I've done? And I hit the button. Well, now you've got this interview thing. You've got your resume written. You got the interview deal. Okay, so you're talking back and forth. It gives you civilian interviews. The latest questions, it automatically updates itself. Fantastic. So then I got a friend of mine tells me, well, how come you don't have a disability estimator? Well, I don't know. So what do? I create an AI disability estimator for the disabled veterans. It's almost an identical match to going through the government website without all the crap that goes with it. So that worked. Then we created iCore, which takes somebody from the basics of knowing nothing about AI, and I mean absolutely nothing about AI, all the way through. I've got phase 1 and phase 2 that's done. And that in itself teaches people AI from the ground up. If you've never turned on a computer, this is the first time you've ever turned on a computer. You go to iCore phase 1, you walk through, it grows with you. It grows with you. It learns you, you learn it, and it follows you. Now, here's the unique thing. Once you complete phase 1, you can take that into any company and go straight to work. You can audit their systems. You can find things that their people don't even know about. Okay, great. So then you finish that, then you take phase 2. Well, once you finish phase 2, you have the ability to start your own AI business at that point. Fantastic. It's what you want to do. You want to work for a corporation. You want to go to Intel. You want to go to Tektronix. You want to go to Dell or Apple. You can do that. You now have the complete skill set that goes and grows with you, because iCore is a living platform. It'll never, ever make a decision by itself, ever. But you tell it what you're looking for, what you want for an outcome, it'll do that. So that takes care of that part of things. Still not able to go to work. I got to have an income. So what do? Now we've created VPP. It's been a long time coming, but it's there. It's ready. So on August 13th, we're doing the webinar. Again, this is for brand spanking new to internet beginners that want to learn how to make some extra money. This is to the internet entrepreneur that has tried things and failed. And it's not your fault you failed. You just got told where to start in the wrong place. This is for veterans that want to learn AI. This will teach you AI. This is something, and hence the URL, click, copy. That in itself tells you what this whole thing is. If you can click twice and copy, guess what? You can go into business for yourself. So that's coming up on August 13th. So I'm doing this now because I had to replace my income. I'm doing this to be able to help other people because I am not a computer guru. I'm not a genius. I learned the hard way. Then I found a mentor. I got that going. I'm learning more and more as I go. So as I learn, I can pass this knowledge down. It's just something I wanted to do. I could have kept it to myself. Now, come tax time, I've got a little secret that I have built 100% on my own. I'm going to release it at tax time. And it's gonna be amazing. It's been field tested and everything. Um, so when that comes out, people are going to be extremely surprised. Extremely surprised. I could release it right now, but I don't want to. I will tell you that pre-sale will be $79. Um, once I sell the first 50 units, the price will automatically go to $99. I'm not doing it to get rich. I'm doing it to help. So that's coming up. But right now, what I'd really like to do is have people sign up and come to the webinar on August 13th. It's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I will be on the East Coast at that time. So, anybody has any questions, anybody that would like to learn more, be there, show up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, AI it's not scary. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's a tool. Now, a little more now that you know my background and the health issues and all of that, you can understand this. Absolutely everything in life is a choice. You can choose to quit. You can choose to give up. You can choose to throw in the towel. That's your choice. That is your choice. You can choose to quit. You can choose to give up. You can choose to throw in that towel. Like I said, everything in life is a choice. Now, something else is if you say I can, or if you say I cannot, either way, you're correct. Either way, you are right. If you say I cannot, you're right, you can't. If you say I can, you're right again, you can. Now, see, that's what I did. I had to find a way. I had to find a way because I don't quit. I don't give up. Another funny thing is you can adopt a philosophy that I have adopted, which is number one, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Number two is the most important part. It's all small stuff. So don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. Just little things that can change your way of thinking, that can change your success. Now, is AI in the chemical field? No. Did I know anything about AI? No. Do I know everything about AI? Oh, no. Do I know a little bit about AI? No. I know just enough to be dangerous. But I also know enough to pass on to others that know less than I do. My business partner teaches me a lot. We keep moving forward. We're working on projects. We're coming up with these things that are going to be great. And it's all geared to the beginner. It's not ClickFunnels, although it's a good program, but what ClickFunnels doesn't do, what Russell Brunson doesn't do, is tell you how to do the stuff. They've got some great, projects. I do not build systems. I do not build courses. One, I don't know how. What I build is platforms. The difference between a course and a system and a platform is you can stand solid on a platform. You can take baby steps at your pace. You start at the beginning. You start at ground zero. You begin at ground zero. And you earn your way up. You do that by completing very simple, very easy to follow tasks. And it just takes you to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. Next thing you know, you've got a little income. Our next one is VBP. The webinar is August 13th, 4 p.m. East or 4 p.m. Pacific time. I keep saying Eastern because I'm going east. I'm going through more medical procedures when I get back east. So I'll be on and off. I'll be doing lives, maybe some recordings. I will be producing some AI things just to show people how easy it is. Once I learn how, which I'm going to do over the next few days, is I'm going to learn how to film myself creating a film. Or I'm going to video myself creating a video. And I'm going to walk you step by step through that so that you'll understand it's not hard. And here's the funny thing. This is not only for veterans and absolute beginners, but it's very good for the seasoned entrepreneur also. I didn't leave them out, but my focus is on the brand new beginner. Somebody that wants to have an income online, doesn't know how, or has bought courses and programs and stuff and didn't have any success. So we don't do courses and programs. Like I said, I built platforms. Platforms is where you take little tiny steps. And you walk yourself up. And unlike these other so-called gurus, because I'm not a guru, let's just say I'm a student of AI just like you would be. I'm there to answer questions. I'm there to help. I'm there to walk you through. You get a problem, you get a hold of me. Can't go to an office. My work days are over. That doesn't mean I'm retired. That just means I can't go into an office. I can't work. I got all this other junk to do, which is okay. I don't mind. The thing of it is I beat sepsis. I beat cancer twice. And I'm going to beat it this time. This time it's attacking the base of my spine. It's trying to attack my nervous system and my spinal cord. I started a brand new cancer treatment and had my first infusion on Monday. Hang on, let me look, guys. I forgot the name of this stupid stuff. It is zoledronic acid. All right, zoledronic acid goes into your bones. And it's because I had stage 4 spinal cancer. The zoledronic acid goes into your bones. It stays there 10 years, stays in your system 10 years. If a cancer cell pops its little head up, it eradicates it. The bad part is, or the not so good part, is it doesn't take care of what's already there. So they're treating what's already there. They're 95% sure they can get 100% of the cancer knocked out. I told them 95% is better than 0%. You do what you got to do. And what I told the doctors is that is an alien inside of me. That's a squatter. It doesn't belong in there. Your job is to get it out. If it doesn't belong in my body, I don't want it there. If I wasn't born with it, I don't want it there. Oh, it worked twice. It worked once with the sepsis. So I don't quit. I don't give up. I see I've got a real good friend of mine online here. True brother. True backing. Unfortunately, his spouse is going through the same thing I'm going through. Hers, I think, is just a little bit worse. So we stay tight. We stay together. Ray, I love you, brother. Anyway, I just want people to be there on August 13th. If for nothing else, you're going to learn a skill. You're going to learn that skill just by watching. Because I'm going to walk you through it step by step. And like I said, click, click, copy, and you're done. That's why I purchased that domain, because it fit. Clickclickcopy.com. It fits. It's going to be a great thing. Oh. Again, I just want to thank everyone for being here. I'm usually, as my brother will tell you there, I'm usually a very private person. However, I thought it was a good thing to let people know my background, where I came from, how all this came about, how I started with AI. I'm going to continue with it. I'm going to continue learning, and I'm going to continue teaching. Whatever I learn, I'm passing on. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I'm 67 years old, 68 here next month. I'm not a computer genius by any stretch of the imagination. And they're 100% wrong if they say you can't teach old dog new tricks. Because I'm learning, having fun doing it. You're making money doing it. And I don't even have to leave my little town here to do it. So, again, clickclickcopy.com for August 13th, 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you do nothing but sit there and watch me flap my gums and watch the screen display, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn a skill that'll be yours. You're going to learn something that if you choose, you can teach your children, teach your grandchildren. You don't think they're going to understand AI better than you? Yeah, they are. And we've tested this platform with real people, real beginners on real businesses. And I'm really happy to say some of them are making a living at it. Yes, some of them still get a hold of me. Bill, I'm stuck. Okay. Where are you stuck? What's the problem? Let's fix it. Because I don't duck and hide. My brother Ray that has joined us on this today, like me, he's got an incredible sense of integrity. I won't put my integrity up for sale for anything. If I tell somebody I'm there to help them, I'm there to help them. Even while going through chemo, I was able to help people. It's like, okay, I'm taking chemo. I'm not dead. If you need help, I'm going to help you. And if I don't have the answer, give me 10 minutes. I'll have it. And what does that do? That teaches me something that now I can teach you. It was your question, but I didn't know the answer. Well, now I do, and so do you. I don't just go, oh, sorry, don't know. Good luck. No, I figure it out. I go find the answer. That's what it's all about. It's people helping people. It's people that, for those of us that have been in the military, you teach your subordinates. Now, I know a lot of people use the term training. We're going to train you to do this. We're going to train you to do that. Well, I'm sorry, you're not dogs. You train animals. You teach people. Now, to some people, it doesn't make a difference. Train, teach, same thing. Not to me. You train animals. You teach people. If you have questions, then they get answers. Dog's not going to ask you a question. He might look at you curious. Like, what are you trying to train me to do here? But they're not going to ask you a question. But you keep training them. People will ask you questions, so you teach them. It's that simple. You teach people, train animals. Now, as I said, this was just a quick update on who I am, where I came from. So I'll do a quick recap. And then if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. But a quick recap is a retired U.S. Marine, bounced all over the world, not a scratch on me anywhere. Retired, went into the chemical industry. Was in the chemical industry for 35 years. Got sick with sepsis. Then got cancer. Then got cancer again. Beat all three. Reaper's not welcome at my door. Well, now I got it again. So we're going to beat it again. And during all this downtime, sick time, I grabbed a laptop and started playing around with AI. I met Danny. We started working together. And we are still working together. And I think probably will for many years to come. I teach him things. He teaches me things. He knows a whole lot more than I do, believe me. But he teaches me things. I teach teach him things. When I figured out how to make AI into a communication where you talk to it, it talks to you literally. You ask it a question, it answers. And that's how I came up with the job interview thing. I showed Danny, he goes, wow, you just taught me something. Well, now he's using it. Okay, no problem. But if you get an idea in your head and you don't know where to go with it, ask me. And people ask me, well, how did you figure that out? I don't know. I just push buttons. Well, how did you create that tax thing? I don't know. I just push buttons. Well, how did you do this? I don't know. I just push buttons. To somebody that's just curious and doesn't really care, that's my answer. I don't know. I just push buttons. Now, I'm getting ready to open up my own community. Anybody's welcome. I'm getting ready to start the William Show. I'm studying, I'm learning, but people tell me I have to do that. I don't know why, but if all the experts say I need to do it, I'll do it. And I guess I'll have guests on, friends. I don't know how all this works, everybody. I don't. But I'll figure it out. Give me something to do when I'm going through treatments again. Give me something to do, and hopefully they're not going to take my spine apart again. That was not fun. That was not fun at all. When you want to talk about feeling like a rabbit, just think about somebody taking your individual vertebrae apart like that, because they got to get to your spinal cord to get the tumor that has little tendrils wrapped around. And then they put you back together. And you ask the doctor, when do I get the stitches out? Oh, you don't have any stitches. Okay, when do I get the staples out? Oh, you don't have any staples. How in the world did you put me back together? Absolute honest answer from the doctor, the truth. We used medical grade Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue. They glued me back together. Okay, fine. So that's what it is. That wraps it up again. Click, copy.com. August 13th, 4 p.m. Pacific. VPB. Brand new. Gonna love it. If nothing else, you'll learn a skill that you can take and pass down to your family. Anybody has any questions? Type them in the question link. If not, we can wrap this up. Okay, nothing coming in. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining. I greatly appreciate your time. You understand my background and how I got here. So follow me on Facebook, either under Tiemann Enterprises LLC or William Tiemann Sr. Either way, I'm here and I'll be available to answer questions. So everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, Ray. I'll take all the prayers I can get. I'll take all the prayers I can get, and good vibes coming my way. So have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. And we will see you on August 13th. I will be popping in doing lives off and on between now and then. So anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. Until then, see you later.